Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and get the call started here. I'm going to go ahead and lock the call down. Give me 1 second here. Okay, guys, this is Mark Holmes calling in from Lower Slower, Delaware. Welcome to the call, everybody. Today is December 22nd, and I want to just jump right into this. First off, welcome to all of our new team members. Congrats to all of you that advanced this week. It was an awesome week. It was incredible this week. A couple of things. First off here, it was great to see all of the Y reports and weekly team reports that came in. So first off, your why, all I can say is wow. I was just blown away by what I saw. There's some pretty powerful whys in there. That's what's going to advance you forward sooner than later. So I hope that everybody understands that and the importance of the why. Again, those of you that submitted the reports are the ones that are advancing. I'm working with all of you that have submitted your whys, and from what I saw this week, it was awesome. So if you haven't submitted your why, you want to do that. You definitely want to do that. If you have trouble with it, get with me, and I'll help you with it. Get with your sponsor. If you need help with the technical part, it's really, really pretty simple. Somebody can easily walk you through it over the phone, and it's quick. You can just roll right through it and then send it off. So the next thing I want to get into is the weekly team report. Okay, now this again is very, very important, and we went over a lot of this stuff in the first call, so I'm not going to get into too much detail with that. But first off, before we go any further, I'd like to recognize some of you that have submitted your reports. So congrats to Rhonda from Mississippi, 250 points. That's awesome. That's awesome. Rhonda is just so excited, and everything kind of came out in that report. So congrats to you, Rhonda. Also, Dorothy and Bill from Delaware, Mom and Dad, also known as Mom and Dad. Nolan also came in very strong. So you guys are doing great, and it's awesome to see what you're doing. The conference calls are so important. I hear more and more of you listening in. Corey from Gettysburg, Matt from Gettysburg, my parents, they're always on the calls, of course. I also know a lot of you are listening to the recordings too. So congrats to you too. This is what's going to help you. This is what's going to help you move forward. A lot of you hit me with so many questions, and you call me, and that's fine. I want you to call me, but a lot of those answers are on those conference calls. So the conference calls are necessary, so necessary for not just you to move forward, but everybody on your team. The reports, like I said, I don't know any other way to explain it. They're important. So as they say, there's a quote in our industry, don't think it, ink it. When you write something down, it's amazing what happens, the difference. And there's been studies on this that have been done, and it's been proven that the people that write it down, their goals, do way better. I forgot the number. I think it's like 80% compared to 20%. It was amazing. I'd love to be able to find that report, that study again. So, again, the reports, they're all about keeping yourselves accountable. It's not about me keeping you accountable. It's not the reason for the report. It's keeping yourself accountable. So congrats to all of you that participated. That was really the first week that's kicked in. And right from the start, results started coming from that. So a few things that I want to go over that's going to help you and your teams advance. Also earn your first checks and increase your checks this week. What I'm going to go over is going to help everybody that's listening to this call this week with advancing, earning your first check, and increasing your checks. Not just yourself, but your whole team, your entire team. As long as they understand what we're talking about, and they're listening to this call too. So it's going to be up to everybody on this call as leaders to make sure that your team is understanding this too. It's all about duplication. And it starts with us as leaders. Some of the questions that I hear a lot. How do I get more people? What do I say when questions like that? I'm going to go over some of these questions here. One thing, as far as how do I get to more people, some people I talk to, I don't know a lot of people. I hear a lot of that. There's millions and millions of people out there. Millions of people. One way, one definite way that we can reach a ton of people, I mean a lot of people, and target the right people. The right people. That's where you really start moving forward. It's not just getting to a bunch of people. That's not what we're doing here. It's about getting to a lot of the right people. So, first off, search bars. Search bars, a lot of you listen that you're computer literate, you understand the computer. Pretty much every website has a search bar. We have Facebook. We have YouTube. Twitter. There's so many different websites that you can use. But what we're doing is we're punching in keywords. We're looking for people that are business-minded. We're looking for people that are professionals. We're looking for people that are network marketers. If you're getting to a lot of those people, more so than the others that may not be interested, and it's not a bad thing to get to those people also, but when you're targeting professionals, network marketers, your results, your conversion rates are going to jump up a lot higher. You're going to do a lot better. So, for instance, YouTube. When you go to YouTube, as we all know, there's a ton of videos. I mean, a ton of videos out there. And everybody wants to promote their business. And they're talking about their business and why this, why that. Punch in keywords. Keywords, network marketing, professionals, anything that relates to business or the right person. You can even go into Yahoo, search, Google, search bar. You're going to come up with stuff like maps. You're going to come up with maps as far as where they're located. You type in a search, something like Zija International, for instance, Zija International distributors, Monavi distributor. You're going to come up with a lot of different people. There's going to be different websites that you're coming up with. You click on them. They've got Facebook links where you can click on them. You're connecting with these people on Facebook. Any way that you can connect with them. But you can do that all day long. All day long. Think about how many people that are out there in network marketing, and most of them are in the wrong company, and they're not making a dime. Not making a dime. So use the search bars. I mean, that's just one thing that we can do just with the computer. We've got several other ways. This week, my parents, my father, this week, Bill Holmes, a.k.a. Dad. My father is excited about the business. He wants to tell everybody. So this is a pretty neat story. He was dealing with his health insurance and trying to work things out. And in the dealings, long story short, was talking to a lady who he could tell was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And he went into a little bit of conversation, asked questions about herself, and it all came out. She's tired of what she's doing. She can't wait to get out of there. She wants to start her own business. So, of course, light bulb goes off. My father shares a little information. I think you might like this. She goes to the website. She gets information. There are some interactions there. And also, too, guys, the average is about 4 to 6 interactions, whether it's a call, a website that these people go to, that you're sending them to. You're dripping information on them. It could be a live conference call. It could be a website. It could be a video. It could be the Discovery Channel documentary. 4 to 6 interactions. That's normally the average of what it takes before a person makes a decision. So long story short, that's what my father did. 4 to 6 interactions. And the person wound up joining into the business. So I think they were a preferred customer, but they're considering the business. But that's what we need to do. Just get this out there to as many people as we can, but not just as many people as we can. Get to the right people. Recruit up. That's where your business is going to explode. So, some people that sometimes do better are those that don't know anything about it, about the business, because they can't explain it. So what do I mean by that? Some of the people that do better with the business are those that don't know anything about it because they can't explain it. What we're doing is we're talking way, way too much. We're talking way too much, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But also some other recognition. Some of you are doing an awesome job. First off, my parents, Dorothy and Bill, a.k.a. Mom and Dad. Hit Builder 500 this week, so that was awesome. That was a great thing. They're advancing forward. They're engaged. They're listening to the conference calls. Some people have said to me, well, it's probably because they have you on their side. you're probably putting people under them. No, not at all. That was based solely off of their own efforts. Solely off of their own efforts and all of their people that they put in and the people that came in that week. So congrats to Mom and Dad. That was just awesome. Nothing better than working with family and seeing them advance and with the business and being healthy. That's awesome. Another thing I want to get into, and also too, other people that are doing great out there. Nolan from Pennsylvania, he's doing an awesome job. And I can tell, I'm talking to these people, all of you guys, through the week, and I can just tell that you're serious. I can tell you're serious and you really want to do this. So congrats to you, Nolan, Corey from Gettysburg, Matt from Gettysburg, James down there in Florida. James, you got to get things lit up down there. You're doing a great job now, but it's getting cold up here, and I want to get down there to do some meetings. But anyway, you're doing a great job down there, James, and everybody else. So what I want to do is I'm going to help everybody advance forward. And a lot of what I'm talking about on this call right now is what's going to help people advance forward. Art of promotion. Okay, we hear David Moses talking about this all the time. Excuse me. Art of promotion. The calls. You want to share the call information. Okay? Facebook, Sunday night, tonight, right now, we're in prime time. Sunday night, Facebook, social media, from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock is the most busiest time of the week. Everybody's winding down the weekend. They're getting started, planning their weeks, this and that. They're all on Facebook. 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern time. So what you want to do is share information. Not just about calls and this and that, but share information. A lot of stuff that's going on. Congrats to so-and-so for doing this, for advancing, for whatever, advancing rank. Congrats for hitting Builder 500. Congrats for your advancement with your health or whatever. And engage in conversation with your team. Don't just do it on your page, but when somebody else says something or posts something on Facebook, engage in conversation. What we're doing is we're creating curiosity, and it works a lot better when a lot of people are engaged in conversation on Facebook and people are looking and they're seeing all these comments. There's got to be questions that come up, and you're going to see those comments in between. What's this all about? Things like that. So really what it comes down to is we have to get into the right building activities, and that's one thing where the company report is helping us understand what we're doing each day, each week, each month. And that came out this week. The results don't lie. As I always say, results do not lie. The people that submitted the reports are advancing. They're moving forward. They've got checks coming in. The checks are increasing. Like David Moses says, I hear him say this a lot. You hear him say this a lot on the calls, on Facebook. Action supersedes everything. Action supersedes everything. If you don't put action into effect and you use action, everything else doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the team calls. It doesn't matter that you've been trained by so-and-so. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. None of that matters. So Another thing is we're not going to learn everything on this call or one call. You have to stay plugged in. You have to keep your team plugged in. One thing you want to ask yourself, and this says it all. This will say it all. Sometimes it's really painful, but what did you do yesterday? Or what didn't you do yesterday? And I don't want to know the answer. That answer you should have, and you should acknowledge and understand. This is normally a huge clue of why some may not be moving forward at the pace they'd like to. That's a huge clue. So getting to people, we've gone through that a little bit. That's, as far as action, that's really what it's going to take. It's going to take getting to more people, not just more people, but the right people. Share this with a lot of people. Use your 3-foot rule. And when you're talking to people, stop talking. You have to learn how to just stop talking. Stop talking, everybody. That's really what you have to learn. It's amazing what 1 week of time will do. Like I said, a lot of you have really come through this week. A lot of you that might have had some holdups are now getting it. The less we say, the better we all do. And that's just not yourself. The less we say, the better all of us do. And as they say in the industry, we went over this on the first call, the less we say, the more money you make. And when we understand this, the less we say, a major light goes off. And one thing you have to understand is people love talking about themselves. What we need to understand, and you can do this week, is get them talking about themselves. Get them talking about themselves. What we need to do when we're talking to people, find out their why. And one thing we can do when we do that is form. F-O-R-M, form. Now, this is a formula that a lot of network marketers use. Family, occupation, recreation, motivation. Sometimes people use money for M. So money or motivation. So you're asking people what their why is. Ask them about their family, their occupation, their recreation. They like playing golf a lot. They wish they could play more golf. Motivation. What's the motive? So you don't want to be the one answering questions. Okay? You want to be the one that's asking the questions. People are going to be coming to you, and they're going to be saying, well, what's it about? Just give me some kind of clue. There's ways around that. And you're going to find yourselves in situations where you don't know what to say. You can use words like, all I know is. It can be, all I know is, listen, all I know is there's some pretty amazing stuff that's going on right now, and you wouldn't believe it. Or it could be, trust me, you understand much better by listening to this call. Or you'll understand much better by going to the website. Another thing is I'd love to explain everything, but I have a lot of people to get back to. I've got to run. Go to this website. Listen to this call. So the less we say, the better we do. We want to be on and off the phone as quick as possible. Ask some questions, find out their why. Man, that's incredible. But, listen, another question you can ask them, how serious are you about putting your kids through college on a scale of 1 to 10? Well, 10? That sounds pretty serious to me. Listen, I got to run, but this will help you understand what we're doing. Go to this website. Grab a pen. Listen to this call, 9:30, Tuesday night, Eastern Time. Grab a pen. Write this number down. Grab a pen. Write this website down. Get their email, too, if you don't have it. So some of you are really, really getting this. Morgan from Gettysburg. Morgan is totally getting this. And now she has some potential players in the loop. And it's funny when people see this. And Morgan, you've been doing a great job. You're doing awesome. But it's funny when some people really understand this, the light bulb goes off, and they're like, man, it is just so simple. And then you figure out, you all of a sudden you understand how hard you've been making it. This isn't hard, guys. It's not hard at all. The less we say, the better we do. Get good at creating curiosity. Get to a lot of people, a lot of the right people. Keep goals. Write it down. Write your goals down. There's some techniques that people do. A lot of people laugh at this, but they'll take 10 pebbles, put them in their left pocket. When they talk to one person, they take one pebble out and they put it in their right pocket. They got 9 pebbles left. Talk to another person, take another pebble out, put it in their right pocket. They know the day's done when they have all 10 pebbles in the right pocket. Sounds ridiculous, but that's how some people set their goals. So, and then what we're doing basically from there, we're getting them in front of a good presentation. So we're creating curiosity. We're inviting them to listen to a website, a call, and number 2 is presentation. We're getting them in front of a good presentation that's going to help them understand. We're not explaining it. We're not giving them 2% of what we're doing, the understanding of what we're doing. We want them to get full understanding of what we're doing, put them in front of a presentation that's going to do that. And then the follow-up. The fortune is always in the follow-up. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, that sounds pretty simple to me, but we have to learn to set the time. We got to learn to set the time. We can't just leave it up to them. People are just procrastinators by nature, and they'll take forever. So, Bob, when's a good time for you to take a listen in on the website? Bob, are you free 9:30 Tuesday night? Listen to the call. Great. Listen, I'll follow up with you at 9:35. So get that time. Set that time and be there at that time. If it's 9:30 or 9:35, you don't want to be there at 9:36. You want to be there at least 9:35. You're asking questions like this. What did you like best? What kind of questions do you have? Great. Let's get your questions answered. Hold on one second. Boom. You're at step number 3. That's the 3-way call. And that's it. We're just looking for people to make decisions. That's all we do. We look for people. The end result is for people to make a decision. We're not selling. It's just a decision. Yes, I'd love to have more information. Yes, I'd love to do this. No, it's not for me. So get good at setting daily goals and make them realistic. Make them realistic daily goals, okay? It can get discouraging if you set your goals too high. And I've done stuff where we've set goals at 100 to 200 people a day. And that's not for everybody. You can get real discouraged real quick because that's hard to do. And then stick to them. Stick to those goals. That's what it's taken. And that, if you guys really put everything I put into this call into action, like David Moses says, put it into action each day. You're going to advance in rank. You're going to increase your checks. You're going to create your first check. You're going to help somebody else create their check. Okay? The most important thing is helping others. It's the only way we can advance forward. Builder 500. And we'll get more into this later. But Builder 500, I hope you guys understand the importance of Builder 500. This whole compensation plan, from top to bottom, revolves around Builder 500s. If you notice, in your back office, rank and commissions, in order to hit bronze, you need one Builder 500. Who's serious in your organization that you can help get to Builder 500? Okay? It doesn't have to be your personally enrolled. It can be somebody in one of your sponsor tree legs that's not your personally enrolled. Work with those people. Help them get to Builder 500. That's what it takes. So whatever it is that you have to do, silver, 1 Builder 500, gold, 2 Builder 500s, okay? Diamond, I think, is 5 Builder 500s. Yeah, 5 Builder 500s. Finding 5 people that are serious about building, helping them get 500 on the right, 500 on their left. It's one of the requirements to hit diamond and 15,000 in rank. You've got 5 people to hit 500 left, 500 right. That's 1,000 in volume. That's 1,000 in volume for each Builder 500. Times 5 is 5,000. You need 15,000 in rank, left and right, to hit diamond. If you have 5 people that are hitting Builder 500, you've got a lot of other volume that's kicking along with that. So this is what we need to concentrate on. And some of you might be sitting there saying, well, I don't have anybody that's serious in my organization, on my team. And 2 things. 1, do what we're talking about on this call, and let's find that person. 2, again, it doesn't have to be you're personally enrolled. It can be somebody in your sponsor tree. So that's what we're doing. We have to help people move forward in order for us to move forward. That should be your number 1 goal, is to help them move forward, get to people each day, the right people, putting them in front of an effective presentation, and then follow up. So, guys, I'm going to cut this short here. We went a little over. I'm trying to keep this to about a half hour. But stay plugged in. Some of you are just doing awesome with that. You're staying plugged in. You're calling me. You got questions. Light my phone up. So, guys, thanks for joining us here tonight, and we will see you next Sunday. Anybody has questions or needs help with the company reports, or their why, report, get with your sponsor, get with me, and have an awesome week. Let's light it up this week, guys. Thanks for listening.